Okay. I know you've read or heard about that game, movie, or comic, blah, blah, but you haven't heard it from us. So chill, relax. Let us talk all about it before you log off.
Oh, we were just talking about hoes.
Well, if you trade turnips to Aaron, he'll get you some hoes.
Said I'll count the food for everybody, for extra food.
You just look like a pedophile.
Say, how about you, kids?
Said, I watch kids for extra food. All right, ready?
You've said that like 4 times.
Well, I mean, this is
It
gonna
does
be
the same thing.
You gotta get a deep breath in. All right. All right, we are doing the show. What's up, everybody? I am Sir Aaron Carter, and you're listening to Before You Log Off at Night.
As opposed to when the hell else do we do?
As opposed to the daytime, right?
That's
what
true.
we're supposed to do it at
It's
the
in the
daytime.
dark times.
And we're here with the internationally known Steven Gutierrez. I'm trying to find a button right here. Which button
Oh, it better not be my button.
should I press?
Hey,
I know
everybody.
which one's yours.
Hey,
Let's go
Smooth
with...
jazz.
Nice, Mr.
Nice.
So nice.
Okay. And, of course, Adam PC.
Terrible.
Hey, baby. Want to take a gander at some Adam West penis?
That's his own personal one that he
Yay.
wanted. So
Better than that rapist song you guys played for me.
it's gone now, so I
Thank
don't even
God.
know what's going to happen. So
Nope, still there.
nope, that's not that one. Well, it's somewhere. So anyway, we've been off for about a week, and I know
feels
you've
longer. Feels like a month.
missed our voices. Not too much has happened in our absence because we deemed it that way. Yes.
Pretty much.
Nothing
Yes.
happened
Pretty
because
much.
we said nothing happened?
The
Is that it?
world stops, sir. He said, stop for a second.
Collaborate and listen. That's what you're doing.
I actually stopped and was waiting for him to answer.
No. Actually, I've had to catch up on some old TV shows. I've been watching Eureka as of lately. How do you not remember Eureka?
No, I remember the show. But
I'm so
I don't-
obsessed with it because of
Are you
Joe
talking
Lupo.
about Eureka?
No, not Eureka. It's Eureka. It's an old Sci-Fi Channel TV show about Sheriff Carter and his deputy Joe Lupo, who is one of the most beautiful women on the planet. And I've started to. So the show is basically about a regular U.S. Marshal who becomes the sheriff of the smartest town in America. Einstein made this town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where he wanted the most brilliant people to come and just create freely without,
Oh, hey, I remember either you tell me about this or...
Yeah, and so he just kind of
It's a really old show.
Yeah, he polices them, but it's so good. Like it's so old, but it still has kind of like modern stuff in it because they're supposed to be from the future
For
ish.
you is like 1808.
17.
So there's an episode.
But there's a lot of the episodes have just been all the smart people go stupid for some reason, and then he has to figure out how. That's kind of how it happens.
Why are you
It's
so
just they all lose their intelligence and that's
For one reason or another. Some machine
It's in the water.
starts in it, or it's in the water. Yeah, like something gives off a stupid pill, and then that's just kind of what they do. And the only reason why I say that is because I've been having road rage on the streets to where I've been thinking, has everybody just lost their intelligence on how to drive? Like, I don't understand. People blinking to the left but going right. Like, it's so noticeable now. And then people on cell phones, I hate it. Old people, get off the road. Like, it's becoming frustrating that it's so noticeable now. And I thought it was because of my job, but I'm thinking it's because of Eureka.
You touched
No.
on something I want to spend 5 seconds on.
Okay.
The old people driving.
Yes.
God damn it, does it piss me off.
I can't stand it with every being in my body.
It reminds me of the South Park episode, like so much, where the 90-year-old people get into a car, they go 45 miles an hour
Yes.
on the freeway, and some huge accident happens, and all they're doing is going to the country diner down the way to get to
It's so irritating. But Eureka,
But where are
everybody
you
should
going?
watch it.
That's far superior than where they're going.
I only drive to and
He
from
said to
work. I
live.
believe. I think that's about it.
So they're driving to die.
So why do you need to get there faster than them?
Well, the speed limit's 65, so going 20 under is not.
So in California, they're the wrong ones right now. Yes.
And then their reaction times. There's people
gotta
who are
be.
totally fine at driving
Yeah.
that are 1,000 years old, and there are people that should not be on the road. But it's the way of. I still don't like. This brings it to the whole DMV. I don't like that everyone gets tested the exact same. like
You want
when you're-
individual tests by age?
I,
Like age groups, I should say.
I mean, it's something to make it more than just
Like 60 to 70, you got to have this, this test, and
because
40
I think
to
there's something.
50.
I think obviously you have to do vision and all that stuff. I say obviously, but I have no idea.
Because you work at the
Hopefully-
DMV, yes.
Hopefully, obviously,
Actually, you don't.
No, I don't work at the DMV.
No. You don't have to do any vision tests.
Okay,
You
then,
just take the written, and
that's-
then you take the behind. That's it.
that's dumb. I mean,
Wait, when you're older?
No, when you're just getting your.
I mean, you have a behind the wheel test.
That's why I said written and then the behind. But I
Oh.
said vision test.
Sorry,
Like,
no,
hey,
I
can
heard-
you
I heard
see that
vision and
in
then
front of you?
written.
and then there's I saw it the other day, virtual reality, like DMV kind of test.
Uh-huh.
Oh, those are
It's-
terrible.
Terrible? Terrible,
Those-
bad?
no,
How's the graphics?
simulations.
Are the graphics good?
I did one of those.
Can
It
you
wasn't.
get
It wasn't for the DMV though. It was a simulation for like.
Airplanes?
It was at a EVOC,
Can't get his answer. How can he?
an EVOC course. The ones that teach like police or military.
Oh,
emergency.
yeah.
But it's just a simulation for just driving. in
the one
general.
you cannot fail, right?
Yeah.
One is, yeah. I know
And
what you're
so
talking about.
that thing was like using a Dave and Buster's type racing game where it's
the
like you
good
barely
ones.
turn, but your wheel fucking like.
yeah.
Well, they can get better at it, but
they're pretty like shitty. So I don't know about.
I would
don't know
rather
about that.
take an old person into that thing instead of letting them on the road to kill.
Especially
500
on the
people.
damn freeway.
Like,
Especially on the damn freeway. And that's where I drive 90% of the time. And it's irritating.
But statistically, who kills more, the younger people driving on their cell phones or
Bertha.
old people?
90-year-old Bertha that can't see over the steering
I
wheel.
feel like Bertha kills your time.
And
Young people
claws.
kill other people.
I don't know.
You
There
know
was
what I mean?
actually, to bring it back around, there was an accident episode on Eureka about the main character, Sheriff Carter, whose girlfriend, 16 at the time. He was also 16 at the time.
Thank you
we
for
both made that weird.
He was also, he got his girlfriend killed. He let her drive for the first time, and she sped into another lane. And
Well, that's usually how it. The young people, they get into a car accident and kill everyone in your car. Old people just kill everything around them. They take out entire freeways.
so it's kind
I
of
feel
the.
like you just hate old people.
It's kind of the what's the little conundrum? Do you have the train hit the one person on one track, or do you switch the track and have it hit the 5 people, saving the one person?
Either way, you're killing somebody.
Exactly. No, there's like you're saving 5 or you're saving 1. That's basically what it is. A lot of people look at it as, are you killing 1 or killing 5? I look at it as, am I saving 1 or am I saving 5?
Kill
I see
baby
it as
Hitler
you're
or
choosing to kill
let him grow old.
any of them.
I know, that's what I say. Some people
making
look at it that way.
choice. That's
It's-
horrible.
Kill baby Hitler or don't kill him at all.
I think you don't kill Hitler as a
You just
baby.
raise them correctly.
No.
You get one option.
that-
You're
is
there
that-
for 5
How's
seconds.
that? How's
No,
that?
because they've already proven that in Marvel. You try to raise it correct, it doesn't matter. They're always going on that path. So even if you raise them correctly, and then all of a sudden there's that one small thing, I don't know, a Jewish person, trips him, boom, sets off the path of he's all invading Poland, and it's off the. You in Poland
so
first,
by
right?
by that logic, no matter what, a person's gonna turn out to be an asshole. However, no
if
matter
it's-
what, by
if
that
it's-
logic,
No, if
like
it's
you're always destined to.
no,
be how
you're not.
you are.
You're not listening to the time theory. If it's set already,
First of all, I don't trust Marvel in any time theory.
it's already
that
set.
they do because
no,
it's shitty.
I'm saying if it's already set, like it's done, it's in the past, it's already happened. You can't go back and change it. It's already happened. It's set. It's done. Like that's it. It's inevitable. So that outcome will happen. It may happen in a different way, but that's going to happen. You're born.
Why does that?
You're born.
solidify that event.
This is all theory. Nobody knows. We don't have time
Doesn't make-
machines.
doesn't
We have
make
yet to
sense.
change
Yeah,
time.
we have yet
Well,
to
I'll
second
have you know that I
times.
went back in time.
Anyway, we talk about nerdy stuff here. And actually, time travel is about in that, right? That's in that. Yeah, it's all in that.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah. Any other
This should be a
time
question.
theories
No, they
that
were
you
just-
have before?
Well, let me pull out
Thought we
my
were just
theorems.
beating on old
I've
people
got,
real quick.
I've got plenty. I've got plenty of time theories.
Jesus.
I love.
So back to the old driver. No,
No, yes. We do a whole show on those. But anyway, we took a week off. We got to play some Borderlands 3. And let me tell you something.
how was it?
It is exactly what game developers should do to up the ante on a game. If you played Borderlands 1 and then skipped Borderlands 2 and went to Borderlands 3, you would think that's the upgrade that's Borderlands 2. Like, this is what they needed to do to make this game better.
Because I never got to really finish too. So.
And it's irritating because I've already gone into conspiracy mode whenever it comes to Borderlands 2 and all the other games they were developing and why they took their attention off to make a better game than it should have been. And it's just a good game. If you do not have Borderlands 3, definitely get it. The new classes are all good except
You'd
for...
have to be a fool to be waiting.
That is true. I don't understand why you would
Like,
wait for it.
Why would you wait for it?
I
wouldn't even listen to significant others. I would just grab the damn game.
It's like driving behind an old woman on a freeway.
Most of my time is on the WoW anyways, so.
So you're playing classic WoW still.
I'm
instead
level
of
43 today.
that I'm level
He's
32.
afraid to go to 7 games instead of 6.
Exactly. 32 on Borderlands,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm loving it. And I cannot
He's
get
dead
enough
and
of
loving
it.
it.
I have not even downloaded FIFA yet because that's how much I've
Yeah, because
enjoyed
you're
this
going to
game.
get so much.
I will be enthralled in FIFA. How dare you? I will be enthralled with FIFA.
I'm upset.
They added new jerseys.
I don't
See?
even know what the fuck that does for. Do you get faster running speed?
No.
Oh,
What, are you crazy?
dang.
Who does that?
That's
No, with Borderlands, the features that they've added on there with the parkouring is definitely an upgrade. So where now you can kind of like just grab on ledges to climb up things. That is a big upgrade. Each of the weapons manufacturers, whenever you played the first one, they all felt different in their own kind of ways. And then part 2, they didn't feel like they really made leaps and bounds of how each company feels different. In part 3, every single company feels like a different weapon. Like they all have positives. The company doll sucked anus in every other
Like,
Borderlands.
It was like, why do I even use
It's
these
like,
guys?
oh, that's a doll. There's the trash. Like, boom, that quick.
I remember that when I first
Sell
started.
it.
You said that.
It sure is. But in this one, doll, it seems like new management took over. It was like,
Their
we're going to
guns
turn this company around,
Fucking
everybody.
Great.
And then, yeah, like you have all doll weapons, right?
3 out of the 4.
It's
3 out of the 4.
It's ridiculous. Mollywan took a dip in their stocks. They should have stocks for these companies. You should, that'd be kind of cool. But anyway,
just depending on the community.
just
how-
depending on the community. Because like Mollywan is cool for some of their weapons.
Why
decides
is
the
this like
prices?
the economic
I don't know.
podcast?
Why?
today?
Who decides
What's
the prices
happening?
of these stocks?
I'll decide the prices of these stocks if I get extra stocks.
Stocks.
So the guns are way better. The character classes are on par, if not better, than I would say it goes. No, yeah, I would say they're number 2 because our number 3 has the best character classes. I don't really know Mose too much. I haven't seen too many people play her. She's the one that drops the mech and has people shooting in the mech and stuff like that. I didn't feel it. I tried all the characters, by the way, and leveled them at least to level 9, just to kind of get a feel of what their special abilities and
You're
stuff
a
were.
32 what?
I'm a 32 operator, so he's the old Irish, Scottish.
No black guys?
I think
No.
Scottish.
Oh, so speaking of kind of
no
social
No black ice?
social justice, statements, this game I would put up as a model for how you integrate a quote unquote message about character writing and not make it seem like it's thrown in your face. So
Yeah, they did a fantastic job.
a lot of the main narrative surrounds like strong women in all different body sizes, and it's all in your face, but you never realize that until you step back and look at the entire picture. And it's never once, and I was telling Steven, I was like, you never once hear like girl power or, let the women handle this type of thing to make it seem like it's this thing where it's like,
It's just there.
it's just there. And it's just like, you do not notice that. And it's so good. And it's like, it hits all these marks for some reason. Like the main leader of everything, is Lilith. She's running the show. And she has all these other characters around her that are supporting characters, and they're just other strong female leads. And it's just like, and then you have not even just that, you have, of course, the ethnic characters that are in it that, their race isn't their thing. You have
Like Amara, the siren in this one.
you have the homosexual characters where their sexuality isn't a thing. Because you have Hammerlock and his dude.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
Right.
look? Didn't even notice
That's
the crap.
right.
It doesn't need to be thrown in your face. It just needs to be a part of the norm because it is the norm. So that's how it should be written. Like, I don't understand, like, how, like, I always think about this type of stuff whenever I'm writing stories and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm going to integrate anything I want in there, and it'll just be normalized because I'm putting it as if it's normal. I'm not going to be like, this is the Black Panther movement in my, no, they're just going to be black characters doing regular crap because that's what people do. Like nobody lives and breathes, unless you're like one of those really strong activists, type of people. But you go about your day. You don't.
How dare you?
Yeah, you're horrible. You're horrible. But no, Borderlands, it does it very well. It does it. I was thoroughly impressed by the writing in this one. It's funny.
So far, we haven't
we haven't beat the game. Just still haven't beat the game, but we got to be at least 60%, right?
Like barely getting halfway.
Okay, so so far so good. Like so far so good. They did the correct thing in my opinion of taking out a character that's not important enough to break the story, but important enough for you to be like, damn, that one kind of hurt.
Sure, talking about Roland.
You just had to bring it up.
You know
Why? Why? Why do you do this?
Because
Why are you the way you are?
we're on a good roll.
The look on your face.
Aaron almost walked out.
We're
Good
on a
podcast.
good roll here. I will let that slide. Because literally there's a part of the game where you're like in this casino area, Moxie's area, and somebody says like, do it for Roland. And I turned around, I was like, who said that?
He did.
Who said
He did. Like if somebody was going to answer him like me, I did.
I would have shot him right in the
Oh
eyes.
my
Don't you
God.
say that name.
He just unleashed into the crowd.
Don't you say that name. So if you have not picked up Borderlands, and I hear they're working on doing cross-play with stuff, maybe.
They should.
They should, yeah. Like, there's no reason for them not to have it in this game. Like, there's no real competitive,
It's like, okay, so the other Borderlands 2, when they brought that gold chest box, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, I felt like the guns in there were just, like, there was no point to find guns. Just go to that box. That's what it felt like. And with this one, I tons of times I'm finding guns better out in the wild than in that box.
Better
I mean,
than
the
that
ones
box,
in the
yeah.
box are still
It's
really
good, yeah.
good, but I'm still able to find those guns in the wild that are just like, this is freaking extremely better than anything that I've got from there. Or even in the slot machines, they brought those back.
Got a little problem
Some of the
there.
weapons in those slot machines
Yeah.
are really freaking good.
Got a problem there. I've drained a lot of money in those slot machines.
We've spent like over 150,000 on slot machines.
Easy,
And
yes.
would you say it has been worth it in terms of what you've gotten?
It's not about worth, all right? It's not about worth.
It's
You
about
gotta,
So
what
you're-
you can find.
So you're broke. You're broke this time.
you gotta get that. Actually, I think I am now. I think I got 9,000, and that's like nothing. Like, I can maybe refill my ammo. And
It
then
was because he sold the guns that he got from the
I did.
machine.
So you
gotta keep feeding the beast, man. You gotta keep feeding the beast.
you spent your money on the slots, won, and then turn those around for money, and then now you're back in the hole.
You gotta be in it to win it.
How much do you owe the loan shark?
We don't.
That
talk
would
about
be
that.
actually pretty cool if you could go negative and then
Oh,
like
God.
They
you have to
come
fight
find
a
you?
boss or something.
yeah, they come find
And
you.
if you don't pay, they take one of your guns.
Oh, I'd be
Oh,
pissed.
oh.
No, because I have a lot of
Oh.
gold.
Then don't gamble, sir.
Yeah, I have a lot of gold.
Do not gamble.
I have so many gold weapons. You can decorate your rooms, your individual rooms, and you can put them on the.
I have all golds
Your room?
in the room.
Yeah, everybody has their own like room on the giant
every
spaceship
character.
called
So
Sanctuary,
okay, cool.
and it's there's that upgrade. You have your bank in there, so where you can hold
It's all
stuff.
separate too. which
It's
is-
all separate. Yeah, everybody's room is designed how their character is kind of.
You have a like if you miss loot out in the level,
Yeah,
they put it in this like
lost and found
lost and
basically
found
thing.
and it will spit them out, and you can still get those guns.
Yeah,
And
but
So you don't have
crap.
to worry about.
Without losing
well,
anything.
there's certain amounts it'll hold. It
But you can
doesn't hold
upgrade those
everything.
though.
Did
You
they
can.
did they fix the ninja looting?
Yes.
Yes, it's all separate.
Oh my god, that's like one of the best parts too, because he can find something drastically different from what I find in a box.
And I can still drop.
And he
like,
can still
something
drop it,
that
and
would
I can-
work better
yeah.
for him, and he can pick it up.
So
go
if
ahead.
a box opens,
Yes.
you get something and you get something.
Yes, we both
But
see
you guys
something
both
totally
get
different.
to drop it,
Yes,
and for the other person to get it potentially.
yes, it's like upping
Kind of like
the
how WoW did it.
yeah, it's like upping the chances of getting good loot. You know,
It's playing classic WoW, like if you fight a boss, one thing period drops, and everyone has to roll in it and see who gets it. In retail, in the new WoW, if something drops, you get everyone has a chance on getting something for themselves, and then you can roll one more time to potentially get something.
Stuff.
Yeah, this is way.
You can trade that item with other people, and now you can't.
This is like the best way. I don't understand why there's a trade feature too. Like you can.
I think
trade.
it's like if for randos.
Who plays with randos though?
It's like if I have this gold
people,
gun,
you can jump in people's games and stuff.
Give me
right?
some money, and I'll give it to you.
Because like for a good hour or 2 hours, I was finding nothing but crap for him. Like
It was great.
whole bunch of sweet, a gold. Oh,
It's a
siren.
skin for a
Cool.
siren.
Let's say
It's
like
dope.
both of you are streaming and you have one random jump in. You guys can trade with each other instead of throwing it out there for the other person to pick it up.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but we haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
We have
I
not done
probably
that.
wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
The only time we played with randos was the Circle of Slaughter. Was that what it was
So
called?
yeah, there's two like online non-competitive modes where there's like one where it throws you into basically an instance where you just go through a level, fight a boss at the end.
Yeah.
A little Destiny action.
A little,
Yeah, we
yeah.
kept getting disconnected on that.
Yeah, that one, yeah, and
The other one too, but like the first time we did it, we got a shit ton of money.
we got a bunch of money.
shit ton
Spent
of
it
money.
all
Yeah.
at the
Chick-
slot.
Nothing to show for it.
But yeah, we got a ton of money. We never replicated that
No,
like
we
at
didn't.
all.
But I think it's because that one time we actually completed a round, and then the next times we were trying to do it, kept saying lost connection to hosts. Or the host
Yeah.
dropped out, so it kicked us all out of the game.
Like yeah,
What year is this?
I think the most popular class has to be the Beastmaster. Like me and Jerry were playing just the horde mode where just waves of enemies, and that's all that just kept popping up. One time it was just me, which I'm the little spy operator guy, and then 3 Beastmasters, and they all just had their own pets upgraded different ways. And like what's dope was like one guy had a skag, which is like a dog character with a whole bunch of iridium crystals just growing out of him, and
Oh,
he
that's
was
cool.
it was just dope, and he was just doing that that like corrosive damage or whatever just with all his attacks. It's a good the new damage type with corrosive is or not corrosive. What is it called?
Oh, radiation.
Radiation. I like that. I like that addition to the game.
How is that different from poison or corrosion? Or
So it's a thing where it does kind of like dot damage, but
I think it spreads too.
it explodes and then it'll spread to the next person and start doing more.
So when they
yeah,
die,
when they die.
big explosion goes off and it like spreads to the next.
what was this one called again? This one.
It was
That's radiation.
Radiation, yeah. So there's corrosion, which is just good against armor and like melts through that. Then there's the flame, which is good against flesh.
That's just a dot,
Just
basically.
just dot
over
damage.
time.
Then there's ice, which I love that because I freeze everybody, slows and freezes people. Yeah, I loved it. And then when you freeze them, they really statue up, and you can go and break the statue, and like they fall apart.
That's another thing. Melee actually feels like it's doing damage.
Way better than
Like-
any of the melees. Like you actually can do damage with a melee.
What was the melee before?
Exactly.
It was just a
It wasn't
quick
about
knife
that.
attack.
Yeah, it wasn't even about melee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one, they actually made melee worth it.
Like, I don't know. Because I'm playing Amara, and she's all about, like, a lot of melee damage and punching and stuff like that. She's that physical character, but it seems the same way with your character.
Yeah.
When you
What Flint?
hit-
It definitely
Oh,
seems the
so
same way.
combos together like he freezes and you just jump in and beat the
I'll
shit out
just
of him. Or
Yeah.
slam them or whatever.
what's the sniper class, or is there a sniper?
Probably
Uh,
mine,
the
the
hunt-
operator, or maybe the hunter too. Actually, there's no real clear cut who's a sniper.
I don't really like that.
Why didn't you? You
So
wanted
I
something
didn't like-
geared towards it.
I didn't like the first one because they had the sniper class with the bird or the carrion.
Yeah.
Whatever shit. I was just like, what the fuck is that about? Like,
He was sniper and pistols. Yeah.
That's why I feel like the hunter or beastmaster is the
and then the second one was Zero
Zero.
or whatever.
assassin.
Didn't get to play that too much, but that was like
He wasn't that.
got to go invisible or something. So that was more
Yeah,
melee, I
he
guess.
wasn't
They
that,
were more, so they haven't in my mind haven't had like a dedicated
Actually,
actual.
it is the Beastmaster. And I am. You're right, Steven. It's the Beastmaster because he has an ability where he goes invisible, and all his shots are critical.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
really?
while he's invisible, all his shots are critical. So it's. But if
you set your pet in and then you just
yeah, because their
Okay.
pet gets aggro. Well, depending on what pet you get, because you get 3 pets. So there's one which is like a monkey-looking thing. He gets a gun.
so it's wow.
Then there's
The monkey gets a gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he will run around and shoot
And shoot
things.
And he can revive
And he
you.
can revive you. When you're down, he'll just come up and he'll start reviving you. It's so broken of a character, actually, now that I think
Yes.
about it. Because nobody else gets an auto revive.
Does the dog revive? Like, do those other pets?
No, because I
revive?
think it's specific to that monkey.
Okay.
Because there's,
You watch.
You can have
I think there's a thing where I think the monkey gives you extra health, one gets you extra like damage, and one gets you extra shield or something. They all have their own perks as well. Like they're not just there to look pretty. So, but that's the class. That's the class. The Beastmaster Sniper.
I do want to play it. I very much want to play it.
I mean, you need
What
to.
are you waiting for?
Just at a weird time in my life. All right, got a lot of stuff going on.
I'm sorry.
Running a
Thought-
guild here.
Thought you were a man.
So
Thought you were a man.
man can't play 12 games at once.
Yeah, you can.
Apparently, this man can't play
He said-
more than 2.
You said you can't even download FIFA, is what you said.
It's downloading as we speak. Actually, it's downloading as
Yeah,
we speak.
Borderlands 3. You don't need no other game.
That's
I'm telling it's so good.
For
I
at
would
least a
even
couple
say
months.
what is we're almost at the end of the year. So what other games would you consider game of the year that came out this year? Because I'm putting it in the category.
Last of Us isn't dropping this year, is it?
I think it's 2020. Yeah, I
Okay,
think that's
then.
I
2020.
can't remember what.
What else is?
Besides Borderlands 3 and FIFA, what would you consider like something that came out that was I can't think of anything off the top of
Well,
my
you
head.
still have Ghost Recon coming out.
That is true.
I don't know if that's gonna beat Borderlands though. I honestly
with
don't
their
think.
new changes. I don't know about that either. Yeah,
I hope the new Star Wars game is
I don't
well.
know. if
that might be a good
is
one
that
too.
dropping? Ooh, I don't know if that's dropping this year.
I think it is because they just did a new trailer for that one.
What's that called?
Yeah, it is.
Fallen?
So Outer Worlds that still might come out today. Or
Sword
not
and
today.
Shield still coming out.
All right, let's
That's
get
not
serious here.
getting
Let's
it.
get serious here. All right, let's get
Luigi's
serious.
To
Mansion
be
3.
honest, I don't
Let's
even
get
think that
serious
Legend
here.
of Zelda is gonna get that.
Death Stranding.
No, no.
Legend of Zelda Awakening.
Best movie 2019.
I'm not saying it's not gonna be. It's not a good game. I just don't think it'll take.
I'm looking, and it doesn't look like 2019 had like major hits all around.
There's a lot of rehash.
Gears 5,
can't even
Call
win.
of Duty. No, okay. I'm throwing stuff out here and seeing what
what's
sticks.
Death Stranding. Death Stranding.
Let's get serious here. All right, let's get serious here. Days Gone.
No. That I think came and went too.
You played that one though, right? You played the Days Gone.
She did.
Oh, okay. All right.
She played it religiously, but there was a lot of complaints about it.
Whatever.
So Death Stranding's November 8th.
Nobody cares about that game. I'm sorry.
People do, man. It's just not us.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just not us.
Because we're the smart ones. Marvel Ultimate Alliance
No, that game failed.
came and went.
Shit.
That game failed.
All right. Well, then I think I'm going to give it to Borderlands 3. That's my
Bejeweled
opinion.
4 came out.
Don't sleep on Bejeweled. Don't sleep on the Bejeweled, sir.
He's
Don't sleep
thinking
on
of
Bejeweled.
columns.
It's the same game. Whatever. Other big news that came out, everybody. You know it.
He's back.
That's right. Slim Shady. First album in 4 years, everybody.
That's terrible.
No, Spider-Man returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the genius
And we all saw it coming.
conspiracy theory right here. Conspiracy theory. So, Kevin Feige,
Yeah.
he's the leader, right? He's the one that's putting all this big storyboard of Marvel together.
Yes, him and probably a bunch of other writers.
Hired, yeah. But he's kind of like the top.
Yeah,
like,
he's top pyramid.
So he knows going into this job, I don't have the entire cinematic. I don't have the entire Marvel universe on my, under my belt. I can do this, but I don't have access to the full house. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to act like I do have access to the full house. Hence why you got that behind the scenes or that extra deleted scene of Nick Fury saying, radioactive spiders, mutants and everything. You thought all those were your problems from Tony Stark. Did you guys see that? At the end of Iron Man 1 back in 2009.
Okay, yeah. The first
Yes.
after credit
The
scene.
first after credit scene.
That was literally just thrown in there. There was
just
no reason behind it.
Nothing behind it, right? They didn't have X-Men. They didn't have Spider-Man. He said all that stuff, saying like as if they did have that, right? So we fast forward 10 years now. No, we fast forward 8
So
years.
You go 10, you're already hitting Infinity War.
No, I know. So we fast forward 8 years when they make their deal, or was it like 4 years? Whatever. Whenever
that
they first.
That deal just went through.
No. The first deal with Spider-Man coming into Civil War. How many years past 2009 that was? Whatever. So he gets him in there. He's like, okay, we got Spider-Man, but we know this is limited. We're not going to have this guy forever. So let's make him the most integral part of our universe. Let's make him the heart and soul whenever we make this movies for Spider-Man and the Marvel, so that people love him and they realize he is better with us than with anybody else. So that's what they do.
And they did that.
And that's what they do, right? Then they come out with this little controversy of Sony's like, oh, we want our back because Disney is asking for money, for 50%. Then we drop a behind the scenes of Nick Fury saying that crap to get the crowds riled up again. And Sony kind of realizes, well, damn, we need to come back to the table with something, because he's probably better with them than with just us. And if we want to sell this universe that we're trying to build on our own, then we should probably have him at least in that other one, because our crap isn't going to, sail any ships.
Do anything.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. Kevin Feige is a genius, is what I'm saying, since 2009.
He's getting Star Wars too.
And he's got Star Wars too.
Yeah, they just announced, or said that he's going to be helming something.
Bob Iger said he wanted to be known for acquisitions in the Disney lifetime. That's his, he's like, you know what? I want to buy stuff. So let me buy Star Wars. Let me buy Marvel. Let me buy Nintendo. It's happening. It's happening. Just give it a second. You just buy the island of Japan and then ipso facto. Yeah. Sony and yeah.
I mean, they already have Disneyland Tokyo.
Exactly.
It's like halfway there.
Give it some time. So I think those two guys there, Mr. Iger and Mr. Feige, in their Illuminati meetings, they probably sit around smoking stogies,
Hunting humans.
preferably the weaker humans.
That could have went anywhere. That could have went anywhere.
I was very interested to see what he would do with that.
That could have went anywhere.
I could have put any culture on there, but I decided not to. I just put a descriptor.
And you're all welcome.
I thought you guys were going to go with old people because you don't want them on the road.
That could have been.
Good Lord.
Oh my God, has anyone
And then
made
you look straight at Adam, so I was like, is he going whites? Is he going old people? Is he going old whites?
Nope. I'm gonna let the audience be the judge of who they believe it is. And if whoever you choose, remember, whoever you choose, audience, you're racist.
Anybody over the age of 60.
You are racist, ageist, sexist. You're everythingist once you choose one. So
you just called yourself that.
You choosist.
So I really like this move. It's a deal where they got what, 1 movie, 2 movies or something like that? Two movies with them. And they still get to build up Sony, quote unquote, Spider-Man universe as well, alongside of the Marvel one.
Yeah, because I read that they're still able to use Spider-Man. I'm just gonna say Tom Holland.
Yeah.
In their standalone whatever movies.
He's gonna be in Venom.
Yeah. So like all that Morbius, whatever, if they wanted to throw him in
with
that.
Leto, who's got a cult now, apparently.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Every celebrity have cults.
I was gonna say, where's all these cults coming from?
And
why have I not been invited?
And he's actually labeled it a cult.
Yeah, he's
said, no hiding about this one, baby. It's a cult.
See the long hair? See my Jesus shirt? You know those really long white
He's
t-shirts?
looked the exact same for the past 15 years.
I mean, if you're rich, you can start a cult. So that's all you
rich
gotta
is
do.
just an opinion, Aaron.
By a cult leader. That's right. That's right. But I'm excited. I want to see Spider-Man. This is where I think they'll go. I think they'll do a thing where Spider-Man will be in Marvel movies, of course. He'll have the other 2 ones. I think they'll introduce a Miles Morales in the Sony Spider-Man world and be like, okay, now you can use Spider-Man Peter Parker sporadically in your movies over there while we're building up a Miles Morales universe over
I think
here.
that would be insanely intelligent. I think that'd be awesome.
It just makes sense because it's just like we're not losing anything.
Yeah, go. You guys have started this with him, and
Yeah.
you guys want him back. So
take him.
Cool.
We've got
We
Jaden
built
Smith
up,
over here.
We're building up.
That's-
Oh my God!
Please do not.
You don't want Jaden?
I'd rather
Too
have
far?
40-year-old Donald Glover.
Too far? He's already, but he's canon. He can't use him. He's already
his cousin,
Oh, shit,
he's
that's
already,
right.
yeah, he's
the
Aaron. Crap, what is his name?
Prowler.
Yeah, but his
Wait,
real
no.
name is something Aaron. Like, because remember in the movie he called him Uncle. It's something Aaron. I'm freaking
Uncle
blanking on
Prowler.
it. Uncle Prowler. That sounds terrible. That sounds like the worst name. It's Uncle Prowler. Like, ugh. Stay away from Uncle Prowler.
He's a babysitter.
He said, "I'm just here to inform you that I am a registered."
That's my Uncle Ray. Pissed. Uncle Ray pissed.
That's terrible. So, yeah, start the Miles Morales one.
Why do you think this deal reversed though? Like what do you
I thought Disney asked for less money.
I thought it was a
I
plan.
saw 25%.
I thought it was
That's less
planned
than
the
50.
entire time.
No.
You thought it was planned
I thought it was a plan. The same shit with Guardians of the Galaxy.
to build hype? Oh, with the director.
I think it's they get everybody. If you're into the universe already, you're brought that much more into it. If you don't know anything about it, well, what's going on? What's going on over here? Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah. All eyes on me.
And they pulled his ass back for Guardians,
They
and I was
don't need
like,
to do that though.
yeah,
they have so much fucking money.
They
and
don't
they,
need
and
to, yeah.
And
People
they-
are
no matter-
throwing money at them.
You
so
can
it's
throw out any Marvel character out there that's just, and I'm
Wait.
pretty sure somebody's gonna go see it just off the name Marvel alone.
Inhumans.
People went to the IMAX to go watch that garbage.
And it's garbage. It didn't. Yeah,
it's
But
garbage.
after
That
the
TV
first
show is
day, I
garbage.
think with the age of the internet, after the first day, people will just be like, not anymore.
I watched that whole series.
Yeah, I know. And you're worse for
I think
it.
it was yeah, 8 terrible.
Here's
agonizing
the big.
episodes.
I think one of the big tests because one of the big tests will be Shang-Chi because he's not a group movie.
I thought the test was Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, that's why I said he's not a group movie because you can lean on the ensemble cast. It's not just you're not going there just to see Star-Lord.
I didn't think Drax was going to be any kind of relevant.
Thank you
at all.
But you got funny Drax, you got Rocket Raccoon, you got Groot that's lovable and can sell toys, and you got Star-Lord and Gamora's there too. I mean, am I wrong? Does she have a personality? I love Zoe Saldana, but that character did nothing. If you replaced her with Air, would she be missed?
Well, you need air. So, I mean,
Well, she was pretty relevant for the Volmir. What was it?
Yeah. So she was cannon fodder? That's what you're saying?
yes.
All right then.
She's also the reason that
They drastically did her a misjustice. Yeah, they did because she's supposed to be the most skilled assassin in the universe.
she did feel pretty nerfed for some reason.
Exactly, and then they made her a love character for which like I didn't like how they handled her. She should have been way more epic than she should have been, or than she was portrayed.
Yeah, her fight scenes seemed forced, and they didn't know what to do with her.
She should have taken out in the very first scene where she's fighting against basically all the Guardians except for Drax when they're trying to get the orb and they're in the quad or whatever.
Yeah.
She should have easily taken out all of them, no problem.
Do you know the only time that I can remember in the entire time she's been on the screen where I was like, oh yeah, she is supposed to be kind of broken when she was holding that giant ass
The giant gun and shooting at her sister.
I was like,
yeah,
why is that the most epic thing I've seen her do? And it's a gun, not even
tell him not pulling us out of my anus, sir. It's real.
You make a good point.
So that was an ensemble cast. That's why I say Shang-Chi will be the test. He's by himself. He doesn't got anybody or any hype behind him to push him up.
I don't really know many people that know. of
Exactly.
him, so, yeah.
And
How'd Iron Fist do?
season 1 was terrible. Season 2, very more palatable. But
So what I just heard was a 40% to a 60%, I think, maybe?
yes,
Yeah, that's actually pretty
it's
fair.
Probably 65.
Haven't watched 1 minute of it.
You're missing nothing. So yeah, I think Shang-Chi will be the big test. If he fills the seats, if he puts butts in seats, there you go. Because I think there's not. I don't know if there's with Black Panther, you could say he was by himself, of course, but there was a thirsty audience of black people that wanted to see a black superhero. I don't know if there's that thirsty audience in the Asian community. I could be wrong. I can't speak for them because I am not them. But they have a lot of movies like that, right? like from overseas at least. Like I'm not talking about Nollywood. I'm talking about like they actually have a whole bunch, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that won awards, made tons of money, like, and it came out of nowhere, right? You guys looking at me like
I feel like this rant is slowly getting more and more racist, and I'm afraid to talk about it.
I'm afraid to put my name on this.
But I think Shang-Chi.
Stop the mics.
Anyway, Shang-Chi.
Said Adam left 10 minutes ago.
Shang-Chi will definitely be because I'm going to go watch Shang-Chi, but I'm a Marvel fan, you know.
Exactly. And
You want
hopefully
that-
after this movie, you'll be a Shang-Chi fan.
Probably not, because I still want to see my Namor versus Black Panther, and I don't really care. I don't care too much about Shang-Chi. I care about how he fits into the
I'm saying
major
that
role.
as like, was there any movie that came out where you didn't know the character and now you're a fan of them? Like you liked them because of the movies? Just going off the, or I'll even say TV shows. So like The Runaways. Cloak and Dagger.
because I read Runaways before.
Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger
was
was probably the one, yeah, because I didn't know anything about Cloak and Dagger
So-
really, besides they can teleport and light dagger. And then watching their series, loved it.
You went back and what?
Yeah, read back and read the comics and love the new comics. The
So I'm saying-
2018 comics are amazing.
So the idea would be, hopefully, after watching this,
I go and watch,
can-
or I go and read Shang-Chi.
You can at least enjoy reading a Shang-Chi book.
That's kind of Doctor Strange, because I didn't know very much about Doctor Strange, and I saw the movie. Didn't think the movie was amazing, but it definitely piqued my interest to go read about him and see him a lot more. So I'll give that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see when it comes out. I really hope it does well, because I love diversity in being brought to the forefront. You know, all these characters that don't get their shine. Like, let's see them. Like, I like that we're getting the Miss Marvel and we're getting the She-Hulk and stuff like that on the Disney Plus everything.
I kind of wish those would have been movies.
Miss Marvel didn't need to be a
Jane
movie.
Foster.
I would have liked to see them in
Jane
movies
Foster, no.
and then transition.
She's getting it. What?
Oh, I thought you meant for Disney Plus. I was like, she's getting a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Jane Foster, yes.
That's all I was saying. It wasn't starting a
I was
sentence.
like, no, she's not getting a Disney Plus.
No, she's just getting screen time.
Yeah, good for her. Good for
I don't know how they're
her.
going to do it. I don't see it.
I wonder if they're going to do the cancer thing. Like, because that's the storyline. She gets cancer.
Yeah,
But that's kind of personal. Like, that's
I don't know. I just
a
can't.
toughie.
I can't see her doing that.
Oh, you don't think she will be actually when she transforms into Thor? She'll be
I think they're going to use China.
body. Moving right along.
Is she dead?
Yes, she is. You're horrible.
That's terrible.
You're horrible. You're. You know what?
I like the callbacks.
Hope our ghost haunts
I
you
like
for the
like
rest
when
of
we do
your
callbacks.
life.
It's just the Miss
for
Man
those that
balls
carry
that-
over from episode to
For
episode.
the rest of your life.
Oh.
But you know who is? I know you could say it's a tie-in. Ghost Rider is getting canceled. Not canceled, but they didn't move forward with production.
Which is some bullshit.
I think it's Feige again. Listen to the genius. Listen to the genius. He's not doing it on Hulu.
So you sitting in bed, just connecting the dots and
You
everything?
have no idea how deep this rabbit
it's
hole
all
goes.
connected.
How much red yarn have you had to buy?
He's going to
4 or
Michael's.
5 yards.
He's going to Michael's after this.
Actually,
recording.
it just came from Michael's. But
Devastating.
Terrible.
and they're just all out of red yarn for some reason. I don't know. They told me to come back next
You look
Thursday.
over, you see some other guys and give you the nod. He's got a whole cart full of it.
Just tap of the nose, sir.
Was it Always Sunny?
So for the podcast people that didn't see what you just did.
Your Pepe Sylvia pose.
But no, yeah, so they're not doing Ghost Rider on Hulu. I think they're gonna bring it. And then who said I think we were in the chat and Emma was like, oh, Disney Plus is a family friendly one. And I was like, and she was like, because Ghost Rider is dark, you know? I'm like, family is dark. Ghost Rider, family. Boom. There it is. It all equals
Ghost
out.
family.
Ghost family. Don't that might be a good little premise there. The Ghost Rider family? Yeah, that might be a little
Ghost Family Writer.
only if what's his name from the original could be in it.
Nicolas Cage?
No, his original Ghost
Sam
Rider.
Elliott?
Sam Elliott. Yes.
Oh shit!
He's not even the.
He was the original Ghost Rider, right?
in
that movie, but I want him into this
And
universe.
all he did was ride on his skeleton horse to
Yeah.
Said, all right, kid.
You telling me that wasn't dope?
Said, all right, kid. You got the rest of this.
Sam Elliott could
And
be.
he,
walks
and he
off
left
set.
and tried to sell you a Ford pickup truck.
Is he? He
While
hasn't been
drinking
cast in
Coors.
anything for Marvel yet, right?
No.
I need him to be Blade's mentor.
Wait, wasn't he?
Whistler?
Yes.
Oh,
I need him to be
shit.
Whistler.
No, that was in the.
No, you're thinking. Are you thinking of the Hulk? No, it's
That
not.
was
No,
Marvel,
that
That's
wasn't.
not
Yeah,
Sam
no.
Elliott.
I need.
That guy
I need,
wishes he was Sam Elliott.
Wait,
What do you
in the
think?
first Hulk?
The one that was with Eric Bana,
Yeah.
the
That
actor.
doesn't count. That's
Oh,
not-
but you
That's
said
not
that was
the
a
Marvel.
different
That's
person.
Yeah, that's not the
I
Marvel.
know it wasn't
symbol.
Marvel, but that was.
But yeah, that was him as the General Ross.
General Lee.
But no, yeah, I can see him as Whistler. I can see
I
him
would.
as Whistler.
That's a good choice.
Because I literally just thinking like Sam Elliott could.
Honestly, they're interchangeable. To be honest, I feel like I feel like it would be nothing different.
That's fine though. If he plays
said-
that role, he plays that damn role.
I just want him to walk up and be, "Hey, mijo," just like
That's
that.
terrible.
Roadhouse. That's all I want.
All his lines are just Roadhouse lines, but he's a Whistler.
Oh my god,
That's terrible.
the
That's-
best.
I think he could play anybody's mentor. I don't care what it is. He is just the mentor.
Sam
of
Elliott
people.
is. Oh my god.
the mentor.
So do you want to know who taught Frank Castle how to shoot?
Yeah, like let's
Sam
do
Elliott.
it. Let's do it. What's the new movie he's coming out in? That the man who killed Hitler
That's
and then
out.
killed Sasquatch. I need to watch that. I need to
That
watch
was the
that.
longest name in the world, wasn't it?
But it's intriguing.
The man who killed Hitler.
And then
And then
killed
hunted
Sasquatch. And then-
Sasquatch.
yeah, like who came up with that? Yeah, the man who killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot.
That trailer is the best.
he
'Cause
looks the exact same.
it goes from like this like
Like
World
serious
War II
war. Yeah,
serious,
yeah.
like story, and then just ridiculous.
I've got to watch that movie. I've got to watch that movie.
Wait, hold on. I never read this. Decades after ending World War II by assassinating Adolf Hitler in an undercover operation, unsung American hero Calvin Barr is called upon the government to hunt down the fabled Bigfoot.
You're damn right. If you walk into my office,
I want to know who walked in and said,
Who pitched this?
all right, now
movie?
listen.
hell yeah. I'm like
He's
funded.
got red yarn all over the goddamn place.
Funded right now. I will give you all my
His
money.
words were, okay, hear me out.
Hitler,
Hitler.
dun dun. Bigfoot, dun dun. Sam Elliott.
You had me at Hitler. Like, well, we know who's the racist in the room.
Oh God.
I want to watch the movie though. I definitely want to watch that
Came
movie.
out last year, right? It's 2018.
Sam.
If it said 2018, then clearly it was last year.
Yeah, release date. No. At a film festival last year, and then this year February.
Oh,
So yeah,
it was.
February is
Okay.
basically last year.
not when there's a 2019 after.
Nah, fiscal year, man. It starts in-
Fiscal year. 'Cause that's-
I got nothing. I got nothing for that. Oh my god. So no, man, I meant fiscal.
Because nobody says it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Fiscal year. Yeah. Well, yeah. When you say it that way, yeah, it makes
Phil Gluckman's down with the bitches and hoes.
it makes a lot of sense. Fiscal year. Yeah, that's what it is, right? Because the year doesn't change
It's in
until
February.
February.
Oh,
All right, that's terrible.
It's blazing hot in here.
Was that? I had some stuff because they picked a director for the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. Did you see that?
What's her name?
Deborah Chow.
I saw the name. I try to read comments because that name doesn't seem familiar. And
It's not
Yeah.
a movie, it's a show, right?
it's
it a
a
show?
8. I think it's 8 episodes.
Miniseries.
Yeah.
Miniseries. Yeah. She's
5 minutes apiece.
That's well. Did I just kombucha girl the thing?
Yeah, you did.
It felt like I did that too.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it until you said it. I was like, holy shit, he did.
Because I'm only thinking like
Yeah.
you said bad, but then I'm thinking the Star Wars shorts, the little cartoon ones.
Mhm.
Those were amazing to me, and those were shorts as hell. So it may be good. Like
Well,
I'm trying to see what she has under her belt? Like, what did she work on? Because I mean, you don't just pull her out of nowhere, right? She's got to have done something. So apparently, she did. See, Deborah Chow, Canadian filmmaker. Two of her first shorts was Day Pass and The Hill, which are two things I've never heard of.
Nope.
She's best known for her first feature film and when she wrote and directed called The High Cost of Living with Zach Braff. Do you remember that one? Because no one remembers that one.
Zach Braff.
Zach Braff is, yeah. I love Zach Braff, but
53% on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah, I love Zach Braff. That's
He's
where I
not
believe
JD, then.
She did Flowers in the Attic, a TV film. Yeah, all right, okay. It's about the work she does, all right, not the.
Well, everyone's got to
That
start.
work.
Everyone's got to
Raping
start
addicts.
somewhere, but
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus.
she also did episodes of Mr. Robot. That's something you guys that won awards, right?
I have never watched the show.
I've never watched it either, but I heard it was good.
things.
Yeah, I heard good things. So it's in her hands now. It's in her hands. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
it's not in her. It's not in her hands.
What, you think it's in Feige's?
It always comes
Feige's
back.
just sitting there with a crystal ball. It's all unto me.
It says
Telling
Lucasfilm.
Ewan McGregor.
Well, yeah, I mean he's coming back, so that's good. That's a good sign. Right?
That's all you need. That's all the people wanted.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else could do it. Yeah.
I mean,
so
the original guy.
Ooh.
that's my problem. Is
But
there's
he's dead though.
there's 700,000 billion million people in the world, and I hate how they only have to go find one. Like, oh yeah, we want Brad Pitt. Get Brad Pitt from. Really?
You want the nameless people?
Yes.
Some roles are written for character, like Sam Jackson.
Nick Fury, yeah,
Perfect example.
Like every mentor, Sam Elliott, it's written for him.
Do you think Sam Jackson could have done Morpheus?
Hell no.
Do you think that Lawrence Fishburne could have done Nick Fury?
Yes.
Okay. I would have just said I feel interchangeable. On that.
No, I could not see
I
Sam
feel like-
Jackson as Morpheus.
I feel like I could have.
I could
Neo,
not.
you're the one, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's exactly what that would be.
I think Lawrence Fishburne did like the fight scenes really.
I was going to say, think about that. Yeah.
Probably couldn't see him doing the fight scene.
All right, then.
But that's
Sam,
it.
Sam Jackson
That-
just slapping somebody.
That's it. Other than that,
I would see, if you want to interchange two
you think that's
actors.
air you're breathing?
Yeah, if you want to change Morpheus, I would rather have seen Bernie Mac as Morpheus.
Oh
than
my
I would
God!
have seen Sam Jackson.
I would pay.
That would have
see
been
Bernie Mac.
He just
great.
gets off the train and he's
just slapping people. So good. I literally just watched the clip of him in Bad Santa, where he's making the deal with him, and he's like
the tink
half,
and the-
and he just he's like 39%, half. It's the greatest clip I've ever seen.
45%.
He just mouths it. He tries to get stern. 46%, half. It's so good. It's like that is how you negotiate
Oh
with
my
everything.
God.
But yeah, those are the interchangeable. I would actually, I'd watch him as Obi-Wan too. I'd actually
Samuel
watch
Jackson is
Bernie Mac.
both of them. Both of them. Why not both? Interchangeable each scene,
Devastating.
and they just put a little.
You were the chosen one, motherfucker.
That would be great. That would be great. So good luck, Deborah Chow. Good luck, and she's gonna knock it out the park. It's Disney, right? It's Star Wars. Like,
Oh, so now she doesn't matter because they already had it without her, Aaron? God.
who directed the first Avengers? Exactly. Exactly. You,
Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. There are some properties that are just bigger than the person that's directing it. I'm sorry. Like, that's just how it is. The only way I think a lot of people know, I'm not taking anything away from Deborah. She's probably very talented. I've never seen her work, but I have trust that Disney knows who to pick for these roles. But
Like they did for Star Wars?
what's wrong with Star Wars?
They switched directors and they're going back to the original. I'm terrible with director names, I'll be honest.
J.J. Abrams.
They went JJ, then they went Ryan, whatever. his name-
Seacrest?
Terrible. The only one Ryan on the planet.
I mean, it's the only one I know.
And then they went back to JJ Abrams.
I didn't know they switched directors. Because, like I said, there are bigger properties
'Cause you don't
sometimes.
care about
No, I'm
directors
telling you,
here.
there's just bigger properties.
You just want to know the voice actors. That's all.
Again, the only one, it was Age of Ultron because it felt like a Joss Whedon movie. Like, he writes and directs the same, like across the board. You can blindfold a person and let them listen to one of his works and be like, yeah, that's Joss Whedon. Like Age of Ultron felt like a extended episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer because it plays out like an actual Joss Whedon. Like, and that's the only reason why I walked out of that theater like it was all right. Yeah, it was a cool movie. It didn't feel like an Avengers movie, but and then when I went and saw it was like, oh, that was a Joss Whedon film. I get it. Like, because I watched all of Angel. I watched all of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, I was one of those guys. I did it.
You and Derek are getting
I
along.
watched this. Yeah. And I can tell his work so much so that when I read Astonishing X-Men,
Tell you right now, I'm not gonna see Joker movie with Aaron Carter.
terrible.
'Cause I feel like it's gonna get pop, pop, pop,
Terrible.
pop.
Terrible. When I think it was Astonishing X-Men that he wrote.
Oh, for the record, I'm not gonna go see the Joker movie. That was just a bit
Terrible.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, the Astonishing X-Men that he wrote, it reads just like a Joss Whedon property.
You lost me at Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The exact same thing.
It's terrible. They are. I mean, it's the same. I'm sorry. It's literally the same. Everybody. It's
Spike didn't come out of nowhere and then save the day. All right, Spike. Buffy, Spike.
Spiegel?
Buffy, Spike.
the rapist Spike.
Spike. He had his ups and downs.
No,
Did he start off as a bad guy?
he was
did.
a bad guy. Yes,
And then he wasn't.
Why-
because
then
he
he
was,
was. Then he
because he was a show
Then he
favorite.
turned into a worse guy because he sexually assaulted the main character.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I bet you don't remember that one.
I remember him becoming the good guy.
No, terrible.
Adam's
We
favorite
watched.
character.
In that accent.
We
I mean,
watched
you can't.
two different shows then, clearly. But anyway, Deborah Chow, everybody. Deborah Chow.
That's terrible.
Deborah Chow. Stan Lee's daughter is suing.
You're ridiculous. For what? Intellectual property?
I think she's suing his former company. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
Because he was like forced to give up his something, or they
was
talked
it one
him
of
out
those things
something?
where he didn't know what he was signing?
I didn't read all of it, but it sounds like he was talked into not renewing something or not taking something or whatever. They're like, no, you don't want this, or you don't want to be a part of this anymore. Keep this in our hands. Something along those lines. And
Well, according to an article by James Whitbrook, it says the new suit revives claims from a prior billion-dollar lawsuit filed against the company on Lee's behalf back in 2018, which alleged that Powell executives, including Champion, took advantage of Lee's deteriorating health in an attempt to sell his intellectual property, name, and likeness rights to Chinese holding company Camsing International.
so yes, an old man was taken advantage of.
It's terrible, man.
Hopefully he wasn't behind the wheel when it was happening.
Sign this, Stan. Well, he's doing 30 on a interstate. Rest in peace, Stanley. You are a visionary, sir. You were a visionary.
How many lawsuits is this?
I don't know. It seems like
He
it's
was
a bunch.
in his last couple of years of life, he was taking advantage of an insane amount.
It was just disgusting too. Like it was really disgusting to see that. Like you knew the guy was extremely old, and the spotlight is all on him. So it was just like, oh, let's just keep on trying. And I remember an interview with him where he was he sat down with the guy and it was like before the interview, before they they just kind of banter, and he was like, oh man, you're 90 whatever years old. He said, man, you're gonna outlive all of us. And he's like, I hope not. I was like, that guy wants to die now. I think
So I
he's
can't
time
even
to
take a piss by myself.
yeah, I think he's ready.
I'm
Like,
tired of driving to work,
it's-
killing 3 people.
He said that's an average.
There's a special place in hell for you, Adam.
He just arrives to a meeting. I love that. What was that Key and Peele where, where he's pitching? He's like middle-aged man. And I just see him pitching at a meeting, and there's just like a couple kids on his car outside.
Oh my god, that's so bad. Man, that's terrible.
Guys are the worst.
So that was it. That was all the stories that we missed in the week, which we didn't miss anything because that was all today. All that came out today, everybody. All of it. All of it. Anything we missed? Any other big stuff? No?
Uh,
You got
maybe
one?
for Adam.
Hmm?
I was on Amazon. I don't know if I haven't seen any articles, but I was on Amazon today and I saw the display case for the Final Fantasy VII remake,
Okay.
and it was priced at $49.95.
So $50
$50
basically?
bucks. Yeah. And I got excited for that because it wasn't, $60.
Times 3.
But see, that's the thing. I don't know because it doesn't say anything about part 1, episode 1. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if this is a full blown. I'm confused.
I remember we talked about this a while back, and I hope it's just the $50 for it.
I hope so too.
And
I
call-
hope
and call
it's
it a
just
day.
Straight 50.
If they were really, really intelligent and shitty, they would do it multiple times.
You're going to have to pay $50 for each one,
Yeah.
people.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know if this is episodic or not because there's no more indication. Like I haven't seen anything else.
Well, that's smart because then you're like,
The-
oh, hey, $50, I'm good to go. And then,
The first claims that it was going to be
Episodic, yeah.
were pre.
They were years ago, right?
Yeah, it was
Basically
pre
years
before
ago.
anything was even shown or released. So I don't know. But I just saw that. I thought it's breaking news to me.
I
Cause
think the
just
fact
seen
that
it
it's
today,
50 and not 60 means that.
that it's episodic.
Because I think if it was 60, you'd be like, all right, cool, we got a full ass game coming on here.
Well, see,
And $50, you're
I
like,
could've-
all right,
$10
$200
less.
later.
it could have been any price, and I probably would.
$10 less, and now you're. That's so messed up. That's so messed up. The way that the thinking of that, like that's acceptable. A $10 difference, I can give it some leeway because it's $10 less than a full price game.
People pay it.
FIFA
StarCraft.
was $10 cheaper.
StarCraft.
I'm getting a full game though. I know I'm getting a full game because FIFA is nothing but two teams kicking the ball in the net.
StarCraft 1. You had you could play all three
Multiplayer though, right?
races.
Yeah, and multiplayer. You couldn't play the story, right?
That's
With
the
all
second
three.
one. That's the second.
That's the second one. The second one you had to buy each individual.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
But
the
those
second
are
one.
like
StarCraft 1 to
didn't they
play
do
all the
those,
races.
Yes,
you had
correct.
3.
separate games, because they were.
You had to play story mode as one race, and then you had to wait for the second game, play story mode as the entire second. And it was like,
No, but didn't
Jesus.
they pass it off like they were separate games?
It sounds like the same shit to me. They just took one game that was, I don't know, $60 back in the day that had a shit ton of content, and then said, okay, here's one game with a little bit
separate.
less content, one race, but a full game. All right, and it's just like, you fuckers. And it was like, there was a long release time in between each one, too.
was.
I totally forgot. I didn't care about StarCraft anymore by the time the second one came out. I was like, oh, you getting it? I was like, no,
that was
man.
that
I
was a
like,
slow release. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
that was a slow release. I wonder why they don't do that anymore. Because it's probably a bad idea.
No, I'm still
Yeah.
waiting for StarCraft, World of StarCraft.
I think they canceled that, right?
If it was ever in talks, that's probably as much as it went to.
I thought they had like some behind the scenes stuff on.
That was that's what people wanted.
Because Blizzard's notorious for just killing stuff.
Oh yeah,
They
there was a fan made thing, and it was dope as shit. I just think it'd be dope because there's so much that entire universe is untapped right now, and I don't think they're.
Blizzard just makes universes, don't they? They don't really just make like single.
What they did, and then they turned it into like Diablo. I think if they did that open world kind of concept with that, that would be MMO kind of style.
But wasn't that like a full lore? Like they created an entire
Oh, yeah.
universe out of that, right? Yeah. So they just make universes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They just make universes. So yeah, there it is. Got anything else? What? Got another story?
You guys excited for that Breaking Bad movie?
Not at all.
No,
Calypso,
You're not
El Camino?
El Camino. You're not gonna watch it?
I still haven't watched the final episode.
I didn't watch.
season
Yeah,
5.
I watched the final episode, the last 5 minutes of it, just to see what how it ends because I didn't care about the season. Because I felt like the season before wrapped it up pretty fine, and I was like, cool, I'm good with that. And
I watched every episode except for the final episode.
Didn't want it to
I've
end,
always
huh?
regretted it.
I don't want it to end. I don't want it. If I don't watch
If I don't
it doesn't
watch it,
end.
it's not over.
Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of how I feel about Sons of Anarchy.
You never watched the final episode?
No, I watched the whole thing, and
Oh.
I wish because I
Well,
didn't like the last episode.
You got the Mayans now.
Okay, they're not sons.
Isn't that more up your
I
alley?
haven't watched it.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that?
Oh, so you want
Close
to
it
bring
down.
more racism in it? Okay, I get it. Oh, okay. I hope you guys are fucking.
I don't have the whatever the black gang was.
I hope an 85-year-old lady runs you over, you piece of shit. And first of all,
fast enough to walk out the way.
gang got absorbed by the Suns.
No, not the black biker gang. There was just the actual just gang that was in LA.
Didn't they all get killed off?
No, I thought there was at least 3 of them left. That's all you need
that
for a
a gang? Aren't they just pals at that point?
They're just
a group of
friends.
gangs.
Welcome to our gang. But there's only 2 of you. Yeah. Well, now we're 3.
Not when you join. Yeah. That's what we've been working for.
Oh, my God.
Well, that was fun and racist.
As,
Why is that fun for you?
as per usual.
I said fun and. All right. I didn't say
Uncle
it was
racist.
I didn't put it together as it was facist. I would just say it was fun and. There's the Oxford comma somewhere in there, right? Yeah, before the and. Boom.
You're still putting us together. What are you doing?
Boom goes the dynamite.
I don't even know if that's the right verbiage for that.
It's
yeah.
full of shit.
So anyway, we will keep you guys all abreast of the other situations that are going on. Tomorrow, actually the day after tomorrow, we're going to be doing the day after tomorrow. Is that an actual movie?
Yeah. Dennis Quaid and
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, on the train, right? No.
When the world
What?
Freezes
froze over.
Never watched it. Oh, he was a son. And then
Yeah.
that's when Jake Gyllenhaal was younger. I can't think of anything when he was younger besides Bubble Boy. Like that's it. I swear to you, I cannot.
Wasn't he in Donnie Darko? Wasn't that Jake?
Yeah, he was in Donnie Darko, but I never really
Never
think
actually
of
watched
him.
that movie.
It's not a good movie. I know everybody loves
It's a
it.
good movie.
Everybody
It's-
loves it. And there's so many conspiracies, and like you got to watch it 4 times.
Yeah, that's before.
It was dumb.
before my time of.
Donnie Darko 2 now. There's a movie. There's a movie you can go watch. I love it.
I don't like the voice you did that. It sounded like a porno.
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna be recording some things. We have some other projects we've been working on. It all fell apart. It literally did. We had everything like a month in advance. Hey, is all this set to go? And then like 3 days before,
There was a fire.
This is like, oh, the building you guys are going to use is burned down. Like, oh, okay. Well, then maybe we'll use this one. That one burned down too.
One of your main cast
That was
members
next
had
door
their
to the
throat
other one.
removed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
Like everything just kind of fell apart. So we're on to plan 2. That's what we're gonna do. You know, we only number the plans. We never use alphabets.
Plan B?
No, never use alphabets because that would imply
I don't use Plan B.
that would imply that we only have 26 plans. Yeah.
Do you ever make a plan like 10? Like I don't understand. All right, plan 16, take
Exactly.
7.
Yes. Yes.
Things get really weird when it goes to Plan 69.
That's when it's just like you better hang on. because
Hold
it's
on
gonna
to
get-
your butts, people.
That reminds me of the Scorcher movie. Here we go again. Again.
I just watched that and I was going to send it to you, but I didn't.
All right, we're wrapping this up. We've gone further than we've ever gone before. Actually, no, I think we've done longer episodes
disgusting.
before this, right?
That was a weird sentence.
Fourth base?
To wrap it up because we've gone much longer than we've ever been.
Why are you just wrapping it up?
You got to end it somewhere. All right, so for the internationally known Steven Gutierrez
Nice, Mrs. Pancakes. Real nice.
and Adam PC,
Hey, baby. Want to take a gander at some Adam West penis?
that's horrible.
I love how it's so too
It's
long.
so long. How did you go with that? I'm Sir
Cut
Aaron
out the
Carter.
West part.
Yes. Yeah, that's probably maybe we can't. We'll see. I am Sir Aaron Carter saying that's enough internet for today.